It's funny, isn't it? How we always end up like this. Too late, too quiet. Everything half finished, the tea, the music, the thoughts. Like we never plan it that way. But we never stop it either. I like these moments. Even if we don't say much. Even if we just sit like this, sigh by sigh, letting the silence stretch. It's not awkward. Not with you. It's like we're both waiting for something we don't want to name. I don't even remember what started the conversation. Something about the future. Where we'll be. What we'll be doing. We always circle back to that somehow. Like it matters more at night. And I said it without thinking. Just casually. Like a joke tossed out with no weight. Do you ever think about dating someone? I wasn't trying to trap you or make it weird. Just asking. But then you laughed. Not your real laugh. Not the kind that hits your eyes and pulls me with it. It was quieter, almost automatic. And then you said it, like it was nothing. Like you've said it 100 times to yourself already. Please? Me? I'm no one's first pick. Let's not pretend I'm someone worth choosing. I'll probably just end up alone with a sad playlist and leftover takeout. I smiled. Because that's what I'm supposed to do. Play along. Let the moment pass without changing shape. Laugh it off so you don't take it back. But inside, something didn't feel right. Not because it was me, but because I think you meant it. And I can't stop hearing it. Not the words, exactly. Just the way you said them. Like it was already decided. Like you were used to believing that. You do that a lot. Joke like it doesn't matter. Say things like you're disposable. Like you've convinced yourself you're not someone worth holding on to. I didn't say anything right away. Didn't want to make it awkward. Didn't want you to think I was reading into things. But it stuck. That feeling. That maybe you weren't just deflecting. Maybe you actually believe it. So I stayed. Just a little longer. Not because of the tea. Not because of the time. But because I needed to find the right moment to say something. Or maybe just to make sure you're still here when I do. You really think that, don't you? That you're not the type someone would choose? that no one could ever look at you and want to stay. You say it like it's obvious, like it's some universal truth. And I know you were joking, sort of, maybe, but I also know your voice. I know when you're hiding behind it. It's not the first time either. You always deflect like that. Turn it into something funny, so no one asks why you really believe it. And I get it. I really do. It's easier that way, to turn it into a punchline before anyone else can. To make it sound like it doesn't bother you. Because if you laugh first, then maybe no one will notice the way it lands. But I noticed. I always do. You think you're being subtle, but you're not. Not to me. And I've been thinking about it since you said it. How casually it came out. Like you've already made up your mind about what you deserve. About what people see when they look at you. But what if you're wrong? What if you're not as invisible as you think? What if someone near you sees more than you believe? I'm not saying names, not pointing fingers. Just what if? You always talk like you're not the kind people stay for. But maybe that's not because it's true. Maybe it's just because you're used to thinking that way. Because somewhere along the line, you started assuming people leave before they even have the chance to stay. What if someone already stayed and you just never noticed? You don't have to believe me. I'm not here to convince you of anything. But maybe you should start listening more carefully to the silences between words, to the things people don't say because they're scared to say them first. Because there are things I haven't said, not yet, but they're still here, right under the surface, waiting. You think you're hard to read. Like no one notices when you shrink into yourself. When you let the conversation keep going, just so you don't have to speak. But I do. I always do. Even when you're quiet, you say so much. In the way your fingers curl when you're thinking. In how you tap the table just once when something makes you uncomfortable. In how you look away when someone compliments you like it doesn't land anywhere at all. You've convinced yourself that if you keep everything inside, then no one can hurt you. But it hurts anyway, doesn't it? because I hear it in your voice. That hesitation, that flicker of disappointment when you laugh too fast, too easy, just to change the subject. And I get it. I really do. Because sometimes I want to do the same thing. Pretend I don't see what I see. Pretend I don't feel what I feel. But it doesn't work. Not with you. Because I've been paying attention long before tonight. You're the kind of person who shows up when no one asks. The kind who listens without interrupting. The kind who remembers the small things that no one else notices and acts like it was nothing. But it's not nothing. It never was. It means something. You mean something? You've been this constant in my life without even realizing it. And every time you sit beside me or make a joke to fill the silence or walk me home without a second thought, I wonder how you don't see it. How you don't see what it does to me when you talk like you're replaceable. Like no one would pick you. Like you've already decided you're just a shadow in the background of someone else's life. But you're not. Not to me. And maybe I've never said it out loud. Maybe I've been hiding behind my own silence. But you're not someone I could ever overlook. You're the one I look for first in a room. The one I feel safest around. The one I trust when I don't even trust myself. So when you say those things, when you turn yourself into a punchline, it hurts more than you know. Because I would choose you. If it ever came down to that, I wouldn't hesitate. But I don't want to scare you away. So I keep it here, in these late night pauses, in the way I stay just a little longer than I should. You're not no one. You never were. And maybe you won't believe me tonight. Maybe not even tomorrow. But that doesn't change it. I still see you. Every day. Every time. I wasn't going to say anything. Not tonight. Not like this. You know me. Or maybe you don't. I play things close. Keep it safe. Never step past the edge. And that's always worked for me. Until now. Because you said something, just a small thing, just one of your usual lines, like it meant nothing. But it didn't feel small to me. not even close. You said you weren't the kind of person someone would stay for, that no one would choose you, that you'd probably end up alone. And I laughed, because I didn't know what else to do, because that's how we survive moments like that. We make them easier to carry. But later, when it was quiet again, I couldn't shake it. And now it's just sitting here between us, like something unsaid that won't leave the room. So here I am, trying to say the thing I wasn't going to say. Not because I want to make it heavier, not because I need you to say anything back, but because you deserve to hear from someone at least once. You're not invisible, not to everyone, not to me. I'm not going to pretend I haven't noticed things. How you hold your breath when you think no one's watching. How you brush things off like they don't get to you. How you make space for everyone else, but never ask for any in return. And yeah, I wasn't going to say it, because I didn't want to mess this up. Didn't want to make you uncomfortable. Didn't want to risk this. But I care about you more than you think. And it's hard to sit here and hear you talk like you're not worth being seen when I've been looking at you this whole time. So maybe you're not ready to hear it. Maybe I'm not ready to say all of it. But I can't keep pretending like it's not there. You matter to someone. Right here, right now. Even if you don't know what to do with that. Even if all you do is sit there and blink. Even if you make another joke to dodge the weight of it. It doesn't change the truth. You're not alone. Not tonight. Not anymore. You don't have to say anything. I mean that. I'm not waiting for some perfect answer, some magical phrase to make it all make sense. I just need you to hear me. Really hear me. Because when you said that earlier, when you turned yourself into a joke, it hurt more than you probably meant it to. You said it like it was nothing, like you've already accepted the idea that no one would ever choose you, that you'll just keep fading into the background while everyone else finds their person. But you're not in the background, not to me. You've always been the first thing I notice, the first one I look for when I walk into a room, the first voice I hear when everything else feels too loud. You talk like you're forgettable, but I couldn't forget you if I tried. So don't say things like that again. Don't say no one would choose you. Don't say you're not worth staying for. Don't say you'll end up alone, because it's not true. And maybe I shouldn't be the one saying this. Maybe it's selfish of me to let it out like this all at once. But I'm tired of holding it in. Tired of pretending I don't care that deeply. Tired of acting like your words don't reach places I try to keep protected. So, here, I'll say it. You matter to me. Not as a friend, not as some casual someone I know. You matter in the kind of way that makes my chest ache when you talk down about yourself. The kind of way that makes me want to argue with you, even when you're not looking at me. You matter in the kind of way I can't pretend away anymore. I like you. There, I said it. Not because I expect something. Not because I think you'll suddenly look at me and see everything the same way. But because I needed to say it before I let myself regret it again. So you don't get to say that kind of thing anymore. Not around me. You don't get to call yourself unlovable when I'm sitting right here, quiet and scared and still here anyway. You don't have to say it back. Not tonight. Maybe not ever. But just know you were never no one. Not to me. And if someday you feel even a fraction of what I feel, if you ever reach for someone and find that your hand's already resting beside mine, then I'll be here. Still, unmoving, waiting without asking. Because I already made my choice. And it's you. Even if you didn't know that until now.